we'd like to welcome you
to a little place that we think is really cool.
Let's talk about the music, let's have a laugh.
You already know what it is.
It's the plug.
Podcast.
It's the Plug Podcast.
It's the Plug Podcast.
You already know who it is. So why are we still singing this? Let's get on with the Plug Podcast.
Banger.
Oh, thanks. Hey, welcome back to a ProPodcast. If you didn't know who it was, whatever, it's your Twitter.
Duego de Lava.
And we're literally hitting the gritty right. No, sorry, I just wanted to do that. We're here with very special guests. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Heterochromia slash Bree.
Yeah, slash Bree.
Yeah.
Weird name for your band, but I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's alright. I like the slash. Yeah, it's tasteful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I would have said of the band, but we got there. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here. Should we just get right into the song?
Oh wow, yeah, just crack right into it.
Maybe we should give it a bit then, because I'm thinking about someone who's editing this right now, and they're putting the intro music in right now, and it's not giving enough time to fade. But now we should be good.
And then the fade will start about now.
Yeah. So we've padded enough.
Yeah.
Now we can play the song.
Okay, great. That sounds good to me.
We're good at this.
The first song.
What would you like to plug about yourself? Yeah.
Just so many bangers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good at it.
We're kind of hit makers.
Yeah, clearly.
But yeah, what would you like to plug about yourself?
I should probably plug the single that I just dropped.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I just sorry.
What the fuck's going on?
Sorry, no, sorry. I just today is Wednesday the 8th, and therefore happy International Women's Day
Nice.
for about 2 weeks ago when this comes out.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. But
But-
just know today was the day.
Yeah, today was the day. Shout out all the women.
Yeah, fucking oath.
We love women on this
Yeah,
podcast.
we do. Shout out to Maddie in the producer box on every episode. Shout out to you, Bree. Thanks for being our guest today. And shout out to just, women.
Women.
It's awesome. Cool.
As you were saying, the singles that have come out, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, just one second. Wait.
I need to say something really quick. Is that right? Anyway, happy international. Go on.
Fucking typical. I've got a depressing as fuck song that's just come out called Kicking.
Great.
With David Delahoz.
Not a woman.
Not a woman, indeed. I don't know. Maybe one day. You never know.
You never know.
You do never know. Who is David, by the way?
He is my lovely emo friend from Melbourne, who is, most people would probably know him from the band Bellhaven / Wither.
Ah, cool.
That's one where he does all the scary screaming and stuff. But it's kind of a bop too.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to say his voice on this song is very just nice and wholesome.
Yeah.
yes.
Which I love. But yes.
He's a majestic human. He's also my vocal teacher. So
Fuck yeah.
he kind of has to be good. Otherwise it'd be kind of a problem. So
Nice. That's awesome. What does he live in Melbourne?
yeah.
Shit. And he's your vocal, so I guess he teaches you over the interwebs.
Yeah. We sort of we met because his brother stayed at my house on a tour once.
Yes.
And then just I think he made a dick joke to me accidentally, and then we were like, cool, yeah, so we're best friends
chill.
now.
Yeah,
And
We can hang. You can hang.
It's the first dick joke. That after that one's, it's friendships forever.
Barriers.
yeah. I was like, all right, you also don't have a filter. This is gonna be fine. This will work.
I do love busting out, just you're just having a normal conversation with somebody and then you're just dicks.
These but yeah. Tell us more about Kicking. What's the story behind the song?
Well, that's kind of. I was thinking about this today of how to make this less depressing, because it's probably that the reality is I wrote this song because there was a time where I was very ill, and so was David. No wonder we became friends, and very worried. So I wrote a song where I was like, I just need to worry about you for a minute, and it just ended up being mega sad and probably the most genuinely sincere thing I've probably ever
That's
written.
wholesome. I like that.
Yeah, and I'd showed it to him. We had a little cry about it, and then 6 months later, I was like, "Do you want to sing on it?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Seems like the natural progression of it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, which is nice, but yeah, it's it's kind of funny because him and I are very we both have like insanely borderline problematic dark humor when it comes to our own shit. So then to have something so like weirdly vulnerable it's very interesting. At least
from two people who are so like, you know, like you said, borderline.
Like if you can't laugh about your trauma, then what's the fucking point, right?
It's true.
You know.
Well, that leads into my sort of next question is like, this is the second single. Why this one out of all the songs you've ever made? You know, why did this one make the cut?
A single cut, yeah.
Well, I didn't want it to be the token ballad of the maybe EP.
That's fun. So you avoid that by just dropping it as a single. That's kind of awesome.
Clever. Yeah, like I came out with the first song being like a really sarcastic, I like girls, and then I just wanted to be like, I'm also mentally ill. Like I'm really just like trying to cover all bases.
I love that we explain we explain progression in terms of like releases.
Watch this.
In the most basic format.
I'm mentally ill, and you're I like girls.
There we go.
Nice.
That's Heterochromia right there. Pretty much.
Yeah, it should be like a game, you know, where it's like explain one of your songs in like
in a Venn diagram.
or a Venn diagram.
Yeah, that's good.
Where it's like as basically as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a progression to go from like, haha, I like girls to being like, fuck, you know, like.
But that's like pretty much me, isn't? It's probably the most like it's
accurate
me.
depiction.
Yeah, essentially we're just waiting on the BPD diagnosis is what I'm sort of trying to say. Like fucking hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely interesting going from that like blanket of sarcasm and dark humor that like Baby Doll has, because like the actual topic of that song is like kind of fucked up, like a little. Like it's just essentially about like, you know, that high school crush that doesn't like see you the way that you see them kind of thing. But then that added layer of you both being kind of gay. So it's like, fuck, I don't even have that as the excuse.
Yeah.
So like it's supposed to be melodramatic.
Yeah.
And like, but we just put a fun tune on it because Josh Gonzalez.
Plug.
Plug.
Ding that shit.
Guys, wait,
oh my
guys,
God, what are you doing, bro? Get the ding on.
Josh Gonzalez. There we go.
Nice.
Who is the producer and pretty much the other writer of Chromia. He has a tendency, like, I'll come to him with, like, mega fucking depressing, like, this is sad. Let's make this into a song.
Can you make it happy, please?
And he'll put, like, the most entertainingly upbeat thing, like, just to, like, increase the irony by 100.
Yeah.
So, like, even with that one, I definitely started, like, super slow, and he was like, nah. And then just exactly. Like Kicking's the only one that he didn't do that with. And it's probably because that would have been pretty like, I don't know.
Too far.
A bit harder, I'd feel like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. It's also, It's also in like 6/8. I think it's meant to be, you know, the not the like the token ballad of the maybe EP, but like the, you know, the slower, I guess. It's weird to say because it's all serious, but like more, I guess, sincere, like you were saying.
Yeah, definitely. That's like, I just don't have anything to make fun of in this one. Like, there's ones that are maybe coming in the future.
Sure.
I'm just going to keep putting that.
Are we allowed to know what's coming in the future? Or is it just
I mean, Diego's fucking played in the band. Like,
Diego's got the in, bro.
I did do that. Yeah.
So, like, yes, here's the exclusive. Things are coming out in a bit. And everything else, like even the ones that are like, there's like some more fucked up topics that I think about, but like it's with this like deep sarcasm about it. Or like there's one where I've like, the song is about non-consensual activities, right? But I've made it the most erotic sounding song I've ever written just to like fuck with people.
Sure.
So like that's really my MO. So yeah, but yes.
Just messing with people. I love that. I love that being an MO. Just like, my objective is to just, you know.
Just fuck with you.
Make sure people just are confused.
Well, because like my pet peeve is when people don't pay attention to lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a lyric girl.
Yeah.
Like it has to be the first thing, it's on Genius, like straight away type thing. Like I'm obsessed with that. So when people don't fucking pay attention to the lyrics, I'm like, all right, well then it's your fault you're misinterpreting this and now you suck.
It's true.
Yeah, some people give, I didn't really notice this until I like left high school, but like some people give less of a shit about lyrics than others.
It's true. I mean, you can just hear that in like a lot of popular music, to be honest. I mean, like I don't really have anyone on top of my brain like to be like, oh, this person. But like a lot of people don't give a shit about lyrics.
No.
And like I think they understand that making the music, and I think people listen to the music, reciprocate that, and they're like, yeah, I just want to listen to the music.
That's
you know?
true. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's why instrumental music exists, you know?
True. I don't have the attention for instrumental music. I've tried.
It really depends in what context we're listening. Like if I'm like just doing something else, hell yeah, I'll listen to just like instrumental music.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Look, it doesn't really work for me because I can listen to it wherever I want. But like, you know, I think that's like how it works for a lot of people. They go like, if I'm doing like another task like cleaning or reading, like I can only really listen to instrumentals if I'm reading, for example. Like I can't listen to something like, for example, Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I'm not listening to that while I'm like reading Dune, you know? I'm like, like, I don't know how motherfuckers do that, bro.
I don't know how you can have sound on while reading. Fucking
I don't know how you can read.
Wait, you guys read?
See, this would be like the perfect portion if you had like an Audible sponsorship to be like, I can't read, but I can listen.
So luckily we can listen to audible.com where you can, I don't know. I was going to go into an Audible subscription.
I don't know about Audible enough.
I'm definitely an Audible girl.
This is the thing. I'm always like, audiobooks, such a good idea. They suit me so much more. Still haven't fucking listened to one.
Oh my
Still
God.
have not listened to one, and I don't know if I ever will.
You listen to podcasts, right?
I listen to a podcast
Fair enough.
multiple times now.
I got to listen to, like, I have to, because I listen to them while I'm working, because I work with a lot of typing, I guess, but I have to listen to books where I know the end of the plot. So, like, initially it was like Twilight.
Sure.
Or at the moment, I'm reading the Harry Potter books for the first time, which is interesting.
Yep.
I keep texting Josh with like my live reactions to shit that everyone knew about like 7 years ago.
I've been thinking about doing the Harry Potter books.
Wait, so have you never seen the movies?
I had seen the movies for the first time in order only recently.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, like I'd seen a few of them sporadically when like friends had invited me to see them in cinema, but like I'd never like sat down and like watched them. But like I had a few friends that were like obsessed with them and like really like would make references, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch them.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I was like, I might read them, and like the books are unfortunately really good.
I love that there's always an asterisk on that. It's like, they're great books, but
Open bracket, close bracket.
It's a shame. I did steal someone else's Audible account, so I didn't have to pay for them. Just prefacing that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, that's always my like. It's the one I won't cave though. I'm never reading or watching Lord of the Rings. Fuck that series.
Why?
Why?
It's hard to read, but I get that. But watching them,
You've really offended this guy.
you've really offended me.
It's like part of it now is just because I get a real kick out of offending people from doing
yeah,
it.
100%.
It's always such
That's
a
so
passionate
valid.
reaction to I'm not fucking reading or watching Lord
I
of the
literally
Rings.
today I was like scrolling through my Facebook and like some memes came out of Lord of the Rings, and I literally took a few seconds and I was like, fuck, I love those movies. Just quietly to myself.
Yeah.
Just really thinking about how much I appreciate everything about those movies.
They're just so long.
They are.
It's too long.
The extended versions, you don't have to watch the extended versions.
Everyone's always like, you've got to watch the extended
You
version.
can watch them after you watch the normal
I
ones,
think
which is
that-
still
look,
long.
That's even longer. That's
that's
so
true.
much, that's such a big time commitment.
Listen,
Yeah.
if people are saying you should watch the extended Lord of the Rings movies for the first time,
Fuck no.
that's the worst decision ever.
That's dumb.
That's dumb as fuck. Like literally, it's just this just for the nerds, bro. It's just for the people who love it.
The
you know?
extended editions are extended editions because they released the movies as they were because they're better.
better. Yeah, I mean, I love the extended editions. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of just pointless scenes. You know.
Yeah, and scenes that just don't look good.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So they don't hold up?
There's some scenes like in the extended versions that
Yeah.
like didn't make it into like the actual cut.
Yeah.
that just like they just didn't spend as much time.
There are also scenes that
designing.
like questionable that they didn't make the extent like the director's cut. But I digress. Let's move on.
No, let's move on.
Okay. I could talk about this for fucking ages.
Yeah. It's so interesting. This is definitely the most in-depth conversation we've had about Lord of the Rings with somebody who's never read or watched the movie. You know, like, and I don't know how he got into it.
I like how we're putting reading up there. Like people have read the books. I reckon like 90% of the people who've seen the movies haven't read
90?
the books.
Really?
I'll go 80.
Go 80. 80 is a good call.
I'll go 80.
I reckon like not many people who've watched the movies
Look,
have read the books.
as somebody who hasn't read the books and has watched the movies, don't fucking bother with the books.
I
okay.
read like the first bit of the book and I was like, what the fuck, bro? What's Tolkien smoking? Man? Like, this shit's so hard to read.
It's making that old toad.
Yeah,
legit.
it's that like world building thing I can't get into. Although I think I might just have an issue with like medieval fantasy. Like I fuck with Harry Potter because it's like based in the
it's-
90s.
yeah.
Like there's like some level of like our reality to
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
But like and that being said though, I was like the kind of gay that as a child used to have like the wizardology and the dragonology books and shit like that. I
Totally.
used to eat that shit up.
Del Toro Quest. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, those little holographic covers. So good.
The shit.
Wait, this is supposed to be a music podcast,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Right,
Fuck.
right. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how much we don't like medieval fantasy. No, we were talking about your singles, right?
Yeah, singles. Well, I mean, we kind of already talked about your singles. We've talked about what's coming up.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the name, Heterochromia. Heterochromia. How do I say it?
Honestly, however the fuck you
I mean,
want.
it's a real word, so we can find out.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
But I
I'm not
feel like
confident I know.
You'll see, it's just the word hetero, you know?
Yeah.
Because people say hetero and people say hetero.
hetero.
No, but you can't say either of them. That like the idea of like I found that word and I was like, this is great. And in my brain, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if like I'm coming out with like a really gay song first off and I've got hetero in the name.
Yeah.
And like the original idea was to have a full band of queers and we didn't end up with that, right?
damn.
So I just let that go. No one knows what heterochromia is. It's an eye
did-
disease, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm glad you knew.
It's for your
I
two
knew
different
that.
colored
I knew
eyes.
that.
Bingo.
I knew
There
that.
you go.
I knew that because I was obsessed with Rise Against growing up as a kid, and the lead singer has it.
Fuck yeah. See, like, it's always that. It's also Tumblr kids will know it because, like, they're like,
So true.
yeah, the
Feels like a
OCs
Tumblr
always
thing.
used to have like different colored purple eyes or something like that. But yeah, no, I honestly, we had a shittier name beforehand. I think it was something, it was Mixed Opinions. And then Josh bullied me out of that name because he was like, it sounds like a shit pop punk band. Change it. I'm like, yeah, fair.
People had mixed opinions on the name.
Bingo.
Yes, no.
Cha-ching.
But yeah, it became a problem when, and I'm so glad I get to bring that up on this podcast,
Okay.
given the Factory Theatre episode you guys did.
Oh God. We haven't really like.
We've
you
not
know,
escaped the factory theatre yet.
Well, I feel like we've barely like, you know, it's kind of happened and then we kind of didn't say anything
That was
about
the
it.
point, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I say. But yeah.
Well,
saying?
this wasn't. I'm not shitting on them too badly. I mean, I could,
Is
but
this a safe space? You're allowed to shit on them.
you know how they have. You've got to put in like a code,
Yeah,
right?
we know.
We're familiar.
Now, like normally when you talk about heterochromia, people like will shorten it to like chromia. That's what I
Sure,
normally do
yeah.
because it makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I get to pick the count.
hetero.
So I had to start advertising to people. Make sure to put in code hetero, which like I guess at least for me there was a level of like irony to it.
Yeah.
The poor boys though, it just seemed like a fucking hate
Yeah.
crime. They're like,
Put in the code hetero at the door.
That's
All right.
all the queer people being like, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll listen to this one.
Maybe I'll skip this one.
So needless to say, turnout was great.
I mean, yeah, giving the factory theatre, I wouldn't be surprised if it was completely intentional.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I think we still pulled the biggest crowd of the lot, which is nice. But like, I literally told
the
half the
straight
people that, yeah, just bringing all the straights. Which, according to my like Spotify stats, I'm like 57% a male audience,
Oh.
which is so unexpected. But like, go off again.
Yeah. I don't even know what our audience is on the Plug podcast, but
Oh, I don't know how to check it for podcasts, but every project I'm a part of is definitely primarily male.
males,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, about the same percentage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, like for some bands, for all the bands that I've been in, it makes sense. But for you, it doesn't.
No,
No,
yeah.
That part I
especially
didn't
when
get.
like at my shows, like it's primarily girls, or at least the ones that are like into it enough that I'm like, you've listened to this. It's like they're gals, so I'm like kind of shocked, but you know,
Okay, this is my theory. I just want to. We're gonna get into this, and then we're gonna get out of it really quickly. I think any statistics that Spotify gives you are
Yeah.
complete rubbish.
Yeah.
I think they're bullshit.
you're
Right.
right.
Just
That's just my theory. I think the monthly listeners are wrong. I think all the fucking information that it piles up for you, like Wrapped, is wrong. I think like everything it gives you is just.
I definitely have had like where I looked at my Wrapped and just gone like, I don't think that's right.
And my thing is like there are so many artists and even more like punters that use the app. There is no way they can keep track of all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, a robot does it.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, but like that's like the easiest way.
To go off that, like I use another app called Last.fm, which I connect to my Spotify,
yeah.
which is basically just Spotify Wrapped, but all the time. You know, you
Okay.
can just see what you're listening to, and it keeps track of everything.
you keep
Oh,
going
yeah,
where I
right.
download this.
And that's always been
Good call.
vastly different to my Spotify Wrapped. So
Right.
keep that in mind.
yeah,
Interesting.
who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just my thoughts.
Spotify for artists is definitely wrong because for example, I know there was one day recently, like it seems like it's like a couple days delayed and gives you the wrong date.
Yeah.
Because it was like on the 1st of March, you got this amount of streams. And I was like, bro, it came out on the 2nd. That definitely didn't happen.
It's definitely
like
things like that, like where it says it came out a day earlier.
Is it that one or that one?
It's Last of Them, right? That one.
Last.
Isn't
But-
that the one that used to do like playlists?
Quickly,
No. Yeah.
Just doesn't know.
just quickly,
Yes.
because we're running out of time.
Sorry.
I wanted to speak about you do photos as well.
I do, yeah.
As your mind the weather vane kind
Yes.
of thing.
Yeah.
Can we
I
speak
do.
about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do all of their photos.
Yeah, that's how we met you, like pretty well, like through photography.
Yeah.
Well, because I think Maddie was the first to meet you through Robbie McPherson.
Shout out.
Just
Who's Maddie?
Murphy
sorry,
Field
Murphy
was
Field.
the first yep. And then that's how we know you basically.
Yeah, first shoot, I immediately was like, hey, how comfortable would you feel if we like took the top off so I can get like that? And she was like, yeah, sweet. And then we've got more extreme every photo shoot since. So it's pretty sick. But yeah, I've done that before I did music. So at least it's made music a lot easier, having like the connections of like already knowing people.
Yeah.
But that's why it's been a life goal of mine to get on the plug because, you know, after doing all your promos, I'm like, I want in now. It's my turn.
Well, I was like talking to Diego. I was like, we should just do an episode with you before you even released music. But I mean,
It makes more sense.
Here we are.
Now.
yeah.
yeah. But it's cool. You got both now.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got some pretty big gigs coming up. Are you allowed to talk about them?
I can't talk about the big one that we were talking about before.
It's huge.
It's big.
If this is coming out in 2 weeks, can you talk about it?
Oh, yeah, actually, yes.
Go ahead.
I am shooting My Chemical Romance for the company Wall of Sound. That one, it's through the publication. But yeah, that's going to be probably
You
the
shitting
biggest
your
highlight
pants?
of my career. Yeah.
You shitting your pants?
Oh, fuck
I'd be
yeah.
shitting my pants.
I'm terrified.
I'd be shitting and pissing.
Bro, initially there was the talks
coming.
of us doing honestly, yes.
Yes.
Like 100%.
Yes.
There was initially talks of us doing like an interview as well. And I had to tell my boss, I'm like, bro, like I would love to be in that room. I don't think I could do that though. Like I think I might just fucking melt.
Just like holding the piece of paper. Just, so you guys.
I always love when like people are like I just never really understood the stardom thing. I guess.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I feel like I could meet like the person who I admire the most and be chill. I guess.
You'd be surprised. 'Cause
But like that's the thing. I've never done that before, so I don't really know.
yeah, I've done some big ones and like normally I can pull it off pretty well, especially phone interviews. I'm like fine. Like I've done like Austin from Water Parks or like this is me name dropping. Ready? Like Austin from Water Parks.
What the fuck? Yeah, it did this last time.
There you go. Like Dallin Weeks from like I don't know how. Like three members of All Time Low, which I guess is kind of problematic now. But like
Didn't you do Bring Me the Horizon at some point?
no, I was going to, but that didn't go through. Yeah.
Anti-ding.
No, ding for that one.
RIP. But like there's been like a few big ones, like especially the one with All Time Low. I got sprung on that I was doing that one in person.
So scary.
And like I had to do it like off my phone and we were doing it in the car park of like Kudos.
Damn.
Which is fucking wild.
That would be wild. Yeah.
Or like I had that weird one. Do you remember the band Never Shout Never?
I've heard of it before.
Yeah.
They're like classic emo bands, like really like Tumblr fucking emo.
Yeah.
And I saw them at their like last Australian show ever, and they were like really like they've gone. You know, they were ready to quit. Let's just say they've gotten old. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Down.
Strangest interview in the like Oxford Art Factory, like green room, so small as well.
Yeah.
These three dudes. At one point, one of them like pulls his pants down slightly to show me this tattoo on his ass.
That's
like
good.
there was smoking weed during the interview, which was essentially hotboxing the fucking
hotboxing
thing.
the green room.
And like I didn't even edit it. I was like, I'm just going to type this out how it was.
Great.
Because I don't think we're going to be allowed to put this out.
No, what's the point? Yeah.
The answers are unbelievable,
I see.
right? And clearly they just did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Brownie and he was like, yeah, we'd get
Scrap it.
we get sued. Let's just give that in. So yeah, I've had some wild ones like
Great.
through that. Yeah.
All right. Any last minute plugs you want to people you want to shout out?
I will try to keep up with the dings.
Okay, yeah. So obviously Josh Gonzalez, producer, writer, 10 out of 10 human. David Delahoz, again.
Obviously.
Chris Vernon, who is the person who mixed and did part of Kicking, like made all the harmonies really cool. Brandon Lung, who did all the visuals. He's great. And who else?
So many people to shout out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the team. So yeah, those
Yeah,
two
team sorted.
Yeah.
Done.
We're done?
Wow. Look at that.
First segment. Let's wrap her up.
segment Oh, pick a number between 1 and what is it? 14, 15?
15.
Oh,
Don't say 7.
okay. No, the last one said 7.
Everybody says 7.
Oh,
Not
really?
even the last
So
one.
many people
Literally
say
everybody says 7.
Really? Okay, I was going to say 6 anyway. So
I think that's literally what everyone else says in there.
Oh, fucking
Let's do
10,
it.
11, 11, 11.
11's good. I'll fuck with 11.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Plug Podcast. That was more of a Ray Romano. He loves it. He loves it.
I lost it. If anyone knows that sound, please put it in the comments below.
If somebody knows that sound that isn't in this room, I will shout you.
Someone will know
I
that
will
sound.
shout you a plug.
I can find it and I didn't even know the name of it. So
yeah, but like, but
I think you're making a mistake shouting them a plug shirt.
No.
All right, you're going to lose the plug shirt.
Shouting a plug shirt. Done.
There goes our plug. There goes our merch supply. Anyway, welcome back to segment 2 of the Plug Podcast.
It's not welcome back to segment 2. It's welcome to
segment 2. Welcome back to the Plug Podcast and welcome to segment 2.
Nailing it, guys.
Thank you. Sky, man. Play that song, DJ.
What album are you plugging today? Yeah!
Hey.
Yay! Yeah. What album? What album are you plugging today? Sorry, I heard that noise again. That mysterious noise. It's always there. Okay, it's gone.
I kind of want to gaslight you and say that it's not there.
Oh, please don't, because I will fall for it.
Yeah.
Even though you just told me you're gonna gaslight me. Anyway,
Yeah, true. Fuck.
What album?
It's called How to. Oh no, my dyslexia is going to kick in here. How to Love, Friendship, Freedom.
I think that's correct.
I don't know if it's in the right order though.
Who's it by?
By Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Good job.
No, it's How to Friend, Love, Freefall.
Freefall.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
I said you're right, so obviously that's
So
just
did
not
I.
right.
I didn't know, but I was like, yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. That's a good host. There you go.
By Rainbow
By
Kitten
Rainbow
Surprise.
Kitten Surprise.
The best band name objectively ever.
Good.
And I
good.
like. I don't want to start us off, but I just wanted to say like not at all what I thought that would sound like.
No, not really. No.
Just based off the name, I was like, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't. this.
I guess I expected something within this vein, but not.
Yeah, so true. Anyway,
I don't know.
Why did you choose this album to plug, Bree?
Interesting. I really want to hear more of what you guys have to say. Yeah, I sort of like I found like one song from it, probably off TikTok, and just something about it just scratched like the back of my brain in a really nice way, and like I just hyperfixated on the album for like a year.
Yeah.
Like it ended up in my Wrapped and
nice.
all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, they're lyrically maybe one of the most impressive bands I've heard in a really long time.
Lyrically, so much fun.
Yeah, and also they kind of just like someone was like, so this is what song structure is, and then they told them to go fuck themselves. Like, in no point in any song do you know where that's going.
No,
Like,
it's true.
No, that's a very
there's
good
like
point.
10 seconds of this thing, and then suddenly it's a different
I
thing.
didn't really pick up on that as I was listening to it, but now you mention it, I'm like, yeah, there isn't really any like hint of where
There are
something's going to
like
go.
multiple songs where like the last 20 seconds are just
Completely different.
completely different to anything else that's happened in the song. I'm like, what?
Yeah, in a few of them, there's not really a chorus. There's things that feel like a chorus, but only happen once.
yeah.
So like that, I think is fucking impressive.
I
really like
love that shit. Whenever it's like, you get a song where it's not one thing happens twice,
Yeah.
yeah.
So sick.
You have to have like a real confidence in your songwriting ability to be like, I'm not going to repeat any of the good stuff because I know that all of these new things that I'm bringing to this one song
Are valuable.
are all going to be equally good enough so that way you won't want to just like fuck off halfway through the song.
Yeah.
Like there's one particular that I'm thinking of that I'm not good at titles. Can you show me your phone?
Of course.
It's specifically Oh, When It Lands, right? When It Lands is probably my favorite song on the album.
There goes my favorite song.
It's
That's right. I have another one. I brought it back up because I knew this would happen.
It's just like objectively good, right?
It's fucking so good.
He starts just like fucking. I think.
Sure.
I think one of them ended up transitioning, but I'm not really good at like looking up the bands. Like
They's just safe, so we
Yeah,
can just
they.
stay in that.
Done.
But they just at one point just start fucking rapping.
Yeah, I mean, there's
just
a lot
like-
of points like that.
Yeah.
They start throwing down. That's the best way to describe what they're doing. It's throwing down because there are just lots of moments where just, all expectations just go out the window and you're like, okay, this is what we're in for.
Yeah.
So I'm down for it.
Yeah. I feel
And-
like, yeah.
Yeah, I think like such a surprise, but such like a pleasant surprise. Like
A Rainbow Kitten Surprise, perhaps. Who would have thunk?
I think it was like just all killer, no filler from back to front. It was just
Yeah.
so good.
I think like the constant like lack of expectation that someone's able to have listening to it contributes to that sort of like all killer thing, because it's like you really don't know,
Exactly.
like, and because when something is filler, it usually sounds like a single but not as good, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And this doesn't really have that because there is nothing there that's like this will be played on the radio, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Then you can still see some of these songs being played on the radio.
oh yeah, 100%. I think there is such like it's so consistent, but also inconsistent. It's consistent in
It's
some ways and
consistently inconsistent.
It's consistently inconsistent. It's
Yeah.
consistent in like the instrumentation and everything like that, and all the tones and stuff. It really does sound like
An
one album, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
But the songs and like the styles they go into using like a very particular kind of instrumentation throughout the whole thing,
Yeah.
they still can jump from one to the other.
Yeah, for sure.
And that might have something to do with the fact that all the instrumentation is so simple.
Yeah.
And like all the production is just like it's just a guitar.
There's nothing
just a
like,
guitar.
instrumental wise, there's nothing like insane. you
No.
know? I think like the most insane thing is like on the last song, they have like that piano part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm like, like this is cool.
Before that, I couldn't really name a song that has like a very prominent like synthy weird like arpeggio thing like that one does, or anything like that. You know, the rest of it's so straightforward.
It's definitely a level of restraint too. Like they're
Yeah.
really like, that's also because I said before, like I'm a very lyric person. So obviously finding this, I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
But like they rely on the melodies in the song specifically that the lyrics are carrying
Yeah.
to just be the focal point.
Yeah,
it's
for
like if you
sure.
took the music out of that, this would be like a bop spoken word.
It would still be
Right.
really good.
Yeah. Which
yeah.
I just think there's something really interesting about that. Like
That's a great
Do you want
one.
to hear my niche comparison for people at home listening who are
I
like,
think I know
what
where
does
this
this
is
sound
going,
like?
but
What do you think?
I'm just gonna hold my answer in my head. I'll tell you if it feels right or not. I don't want to embarrass myself.
I thought it sounded a lot like Kings of Leon mixed with like Modest Mouse and then like wrapped in like a Midwest emo burrito. You know?
I was not expecting Kings of Leon.
Don't you reckon the lead singer sounds just like fucking whoever the lead singer from Kings of Leon is? I don't know who he is. But
A little bit.
he's got that real Kings of Leon voice, you know. And now, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. that one note with that little bit of gravel behind it really sold me. Yeah.
like,
no, I get it.
immediately like that was the first thing I thought is, oh, he sounds like the lead singer from Kings of Leon, like similar, not exactly the same, but like over some weird fucking like Midwest emo.
yeah.
It is a
not
bit.
entirely like, it's not rock, but it's also not like, like jazz
Yeah.
or like, like progressive rock or anything like that. It's such a strange record, but I love it
I think
for that reason,
Midwest emo is a really good comparison. I didn't even think of that, but I'm like a massive Midwest emo fan. So like that actually
Makes
checks
sense.
out. Actually, yeah. I can see what you mean by the Kings of Leon thing.
Yeah.
Now that you said it, I'm like,
And he also kind of sounds like the lead singer of Modest Mouse, like where he's like,
I don't know Modest Mouse well
neither
enough.
do
but-
I.
Yeah. But I
just did
trust
the-
you.
I just did a fantastic Modest Mouse impression.
I
so-
wouldn't know.
okay.
I straight up wouldn't know. Well, my like.
Oh, you're checking the genre
I'm
tags?
taking the
on
genre
it?
tags because I was listening to this and I was like, I've got no fucking idea.
Oh shit, bro! I don't like that's.
What are these?
Yeah, that's wrong, but whatever.
Okay, so the genre tags it's got 3, which is less than any other album I've ever looked at. So it's obviously not getting its due diligence.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not getting much. Like, I guess it's only got 345 ratings.
There you go.
So-
Indie pop, indie rock, and art pop.
Oh, they're so vague.
Yeah, they're so vague. Especially the indie ones. Like, it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
I mean, like
the fact that people can say this is indie rock, and then people can say fucking Spacey Jane or indie rock. Like, these two bands are nothing alike.
nothing alike. They incomparable.
Bro, I don't get genre in general though.
Genre's
like,
hard.
Don't need
someone
to.
like sat me down and tried to explain the difference between like metalcore and metal, and
There
like
is
I'm
none.
like,
Don't listen to them. It's all a lie.
But then,
It's all a
like-
figment of the imagination.
Then like someone explained two different bands that were both considered metalcore that sound completely fucking different to each other.
Because nobody fucking actually knows.
But then, like, also, I struggled to figure out what the fuck Heterochromia is. We stuck on alt pop because it's nice and vague. But, like,
Yeah.
That's it. Just keep it vague as possible, because like vague means more people are going to be interested in it just by default. Because if you say something's indie pop, you know, people are going to be
So-
swallowing to that more than if you say it's avant-garde, experimental, cheese.
You'll
I
get
don't know.
beat up on the street if you say your music is that.
Yeah.
if you say anything is avant-garde,
You're getting
like,
you're getting schnozzed.
Yeah.
You're getting schnozzed.
Like, there's no way in hell you go up to someone on the street and go, yeah, I kind of release like avant-garde, like noise rock. You know, people are gonna be like, sick. I want to go home and listen to that. Like, no way. Would someone fucking go up to me and said that? Actually, to be fair, I would.
You would, but
You
like
would,
if somebody
yeah.
came
But the
up to me and
average
said that,
person
I'd
would-
say get the fuck away from me.
Put the knife down, man. You fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I mean, if it's not. No, sorry. If it's not, it's not indie pop, right?
No.
I think we can say that.
Yeah.
I think art pop's closer.
Closer. I think it's more like art rock. Whoa. I know, blowing your mind out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Art rock is like something that's to me is more vague, but throwing the word art in there gives it justification to be vague. you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
For example,
but at this, like in the same breath, you call this art rock. Like King Cruel is regarded as art rock,
a thousand suns is
Yeah,
considered
like
art rock.
there's no similarities
None.
whatsoever. I guess it's kind of hard. Like, you know, you can't use that because you're gonna find that inconsistency in any genre of music.
I
you know?
find that throwing the word art into a genre tag is so dumb now that I think about it.
feels
Because
really
it's
cringy.
like, yeah, no shit. Like it's all art. What do you want to like?
Good point, actually.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, man?
You know what I'm saying?
It's all art.
Yeah.
It's all art.
I keep thinking of the Lady Gaga album
There
that's
you go.
called art pop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, would that actually be considered art,
Art pop.
Who knows?
I feel like that's
Did that invent art pop?
Maybe. Actually, now that I've said that, possibly.
Who knows? So your favorite? Did you say that your favorite track would be When It Lands? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
I'll take my second.
Your
pick.
backup?
My
Yeah.
backup, which is what did I pick? Matchbox. I really like Matchbox.
I actually really like Hide right before When It Lands.
Oh, yeah.
Hide's really cool because like I think it stood out. I mean, they all stand out, but this one like stood out just because it's a little like rockier almost. I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's why I like Matchboxes, because when it comes on, it's got that real like fucking. It's almost like a reggae groove, I guess you could say. Like, it's kind of like ska.
Yeah.
And like, I just love that. Like, you know, you get like a random point in this hour where it's like, oh, we're going ska now? Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why not?
Yeah. If everything was like 100 BPM faster and there were horns, this would be a Sky album.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's like, it's late enough in the album where you've sort of accepted it at that point of like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. Have you found that it's like quite hard to listen to singular songs from the album? Every time I like go like, oh, I really want to listen to this one song.
It doesn't make sense to
I
me.
then just play it and then it'll be an hour later and I've realized that the album's been on repeat because it's just such an easy fucking album to listen to.
100%. When I was listening to it, I had to make sure that it hadn't repeated, gone back to the top.
Yeah.
Because there are little breaks where it does like similar things to the opening track, which is like very like, I guess primarily vocal. You know what I mean? And there's like little breaks in the album where it does similar things. So I'm like,
It is
Did it
kind
go
of cool to have like an album where it's like, you can come in at any point and it feels good.
Yeah.
That's a great,
Like Not Got Infinity, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
But like, I think the reason this stands out a bit more than something like Not Got Infinity is because that was specifically created for that.
For that purpose.
I don't think this was created for that purpose, but it just feels like one that you can tag on it feels good.
Yeah,
you know?
I think
Yeah.
this is just 13 really good songs.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's like I really wanted to pick an album where I'm like, I can't think of a single one that's like, I'll skip that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like all of them are like
you want to pick something
good.
Yeah. All killer. All killer.
All killer, no filler. Yeah,
also,
exactly.
13 songs, 36 minutes.
That's all you need, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
So simple. Also, their other shit's really good too.
Is
like
it?
Cocaine Jesus, especially. It's like another one of the singles.
I mean, That's a name I can get into.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like literally just like their top 5 ones from like the other album and stuff like that. I don't know them like the other album as well,
yeah.
But the hits.
but like the hits,
Yeah.
They hit.
Yeah,
They
they
hit.
really do. And Coke and Jesus especially gets stuck in your head. Like even now, me just saying the name, it's like running. Through. Like,
you go.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
definitely an earworm.
But my question, because this came out in 2018, when did you find out about Rainbow Kitten Surprise? Was it 2018 or was it like?
No, it's like last year. Yeah, it was like early last year. Yeah, it would have been before May because I went on tour with Terra, name drop.
Yep.
Get the ding out, bro.
Sorry guys. Sorry, just one sec. Sorry guys. I'm just not. You just gotta one.
There we go. It's actually embarrassing how many fucking name drops
Name
I
drops?
have. Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep the ding open.
Yeah, that's probably the move. But yeah, I was on tour with Terra, so the whole van, like, anytime I had the aux cord, because it was while I was like, I've just made them listen to that, and then Bo Burnham's Inside. It was just like those 2 albums on repeat. Like,
Yeah.
fair.
Plug Bo Burnham.
Yeah,
Plug Bo Burnham.
I do
He's
like
great.
some good Bo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the Josh got me the Inside vinyl for Christmas,
That's
like
awesome.
the big one with like the 4 different ones.
The
that have
package.
yeah. Oh, it's so fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
God, I
Yeah.
wish I could afford vinyl.
I need to get. I need to start that again. I stopped for a bit because
I've only stopped out of like literal, just cannot afford to buy more vinyl.
yeah, I got like really into it for a second, like, and I want to get back into it, but yeah, money. But then I got like, I'm a real completionist with that shit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do like all of MCR, and then I'm gonna do all of their like solo projects, and that'll be my like one big thing.
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
Now, first 4 was super easy. I actually got really lucky with. This is a full tangent.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tangents are allowed.
So Bullets was the one I got lucky with. Normally those ones go for like 400 or whatever.
Insane to
but
find.
I like there was a vinyl day where Urban Outfitters did a reprint of it, so I got it for like $40. Because like I'm not here for the OG reprint. I just want the fucking
You just
vinyl.
want it. You just want to own
Yeah.
it.
So like I managed to get the first 4 really easy.
Cakewalk.
Then we've got like the live albums, and we've got the something weapons. The
Conventional
weapons. Yeah.
I do remember that.
Now,
in-
conventional weapons is a pain in the ass because they released, for those who don't know, they did like 5-6 releases where it had 2 songs on each thing.
Yeah,
and this was
I'm not even that big a fan, but I do remember this like vividly.
And it was like just before they quit, like they were just like, yeah, like we're just going to drop whatever
Get
we've got
them out,
left
yeah.
first. And it was like stuff that they'd scrapped from an album before Danger Days or whatever.
Yeah.
But when they did that, they also dropped like a limited amount of vinyls, like
Yeah.
little singles
The
of all
single
of them.
ones, yeah.
But like such a tiny amount that now one of those will go for like $500-600. So, and there's 5 to 6 of them. So, and also they're fucking rare to get on
great.
eBay too. Like it's really hard to watch them come
because
up.
people don't sell them.
No,
would
like
you?
people.
You get them and you covered them for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like MCRs definitely. They have such an odd like hoarding of merch culture that
Yeah.
I'm really interested in
Yeah.
because it's like
yeah.
they came out with like figurines.
I think it's like the
and
punky.
I
Doesn't
think
Gerard
it's the
Way have a
punk
pop
sort of
vinyl now?
Yes,
probably.
he's got a
Yeah,
couple.
yeah,
I've
100%.
got the Danger Days one.
There you
I'm
go.
not like
See?
yeah, but they're like old stuff. It's like kind of cool to collect, I guess. But I compromised. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get one for now,
Yeah.
and so at least there's one of them there,
Yeah.
right? Ended up paying like $400 for it.
Yikes.
Yeah, the most expensive vinyl in my entire collection, to the point where I don't think I'll ever play it. Like, I'm like,
No.
I haven't gotten it framed yet, but I think that's the move just to protect
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, legit. Just keep it safe.
Yeah, I want to get the others eventually, but like maybe when I get a job that pays, like, or maybe when like the photography thing I'm starting like touring more or something like that.
Maybe when this episode blows up and you get filthy.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, can we anti-plug the housing crisis?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can plug like recognition for the housing crisis and just keeping it out there and being like, you know.
But
Sure.
honestly, like shout out, I want to plug my landlord for only upping my rent by like $20.
Damn. that is
Must
flush
be
from your
nice.
day.
And I already had cheap rent, and they called me like, look, like we want to raise it. And I'm like, well, I might move then if you do that. And I've been at that place for like 2 years. It's got a pink bathroom. I'm not fucking moving. But they were like, yeah, okay, so the minimum we can do is that. And I'm like, oh, that's so annoying, but it's fine. And then like 6 months later, like Josh was like, yeah, mine's going to get raised by like $80. I'm like, wow, I got off easy.
Yeah.
Like,
I think ours got done by like $80, I think.
$120.
fuck. Okay.
A fortnight.
I thought, no, $60
$60 a week.
$60 a week.
Oh, see, so mine would have been like what? Oh, like $40 a fortnight then.
There you go.
That's still not.
That was in September last year.
Still a big difference,
We're
isn't it?
we're looking forward to September this year where they go like, $300.
Yeah. $1,000 a week or get out.
Yeah.
Bro, mine like wouldn't sign more than a 6-month lease, so I'm like prepared to get kicked out in May. I'm like, there's no other reason why they would have done
We're all
that.
fully prepared. To
Yeah.
At least this is a good album, but
Yes.
Hey, if nothing else, we have Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
We have Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
How to friend love Freefall.
any final words, remarks, things to say about the album that you just
It's really
haven't covered?
nice.
Yeah, it is a really nice
It's
song.
just nice.
And it's so short. You have no excuse to not listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit. 36 minutes, 13
Such an easy.
And the
listen.
album cover rules.
yes.
and the album cover.
Yeah.
It's like your fabric of space-time being open.
Yeah.
It's also just a really good, like, I tend to put it on, like, for the first hour of which I'm working because it's, like, a good album to, like, wake up to. That
Settle
and,
into.
like, I mix it with, which is like I'm mixing a drink here, but that with Peripheral Visions by Turnover.
Sure.
Like, it's just a good, like, waking up to, like, existing.
It gives me morning vibes.
yeah.
It's definitely a morning album.
And, like,
yeah.
30 minutes, that's pretty much most people's commute. Just chuck it on in the car.
Just chuck it on in the car,
like,
on the train, on the walk,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
On the walk.
on the walk.
On the walk.
I used to walk to
Unbelievable.
work, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
on the walk.
Why are you bringing it up? You're really doubling down on
It's just not, you don't hear it that often.
on the walk.
On the walk.
No, you
Yeah.
don't, do you? What do
It's
you
always a
usually do?
drive or on the bus, but it's never on the walk. We should start using it more.
It's a very hard phrase to just come by.
Well, I'm going to be on the walk soon, so I'll see you later.
It's okay.
I'm going to start doing that.
This stop sounding like words now. I've said it too many times.
I hate when that happens, when you say a word like so many times. You're like, that's not a real word.
That's gotten to me at the moment, typing absolutely. I don't think I've ever correctly spelled absolutely in my entire
The
life.
amount of words in like my, I guess, dialect where it's like, I'll just be like, I know I'm spelling this wrong, but I literally just can't be bothered to learn how to spell it right.
I have my like auto suggestions on for the like the autofill thing on for my phone, and it is like picked up how fucked I am at spelling.
Oh, no.
Like if I try to type beautiful, right? It'll auto caps go to bad, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of A's where A's shouldn't be, and it auto caps when it's fucked.
Yeah, the word for me is definitely. I never spell that right. I don't know if I've ever spelled it right.
I couldn't tell you how to fucking spell it right now.
Yeah.
It's like definitely. It's how you actually spell it.
DEFIN.
And then it's like ITELY or something like that.
No, I think it's an E, not an I.
Fuck,
Yeah, no, it's not good. Convenient.
Oh, so
Convenient.
true.
Convenient.
Yeah. that
Definitely
checks out.
is DEFINITELY. I nailed it.
Wow.
I think you said L.
You didn't put the last E in there.
I swear I said ELY.
I don't know. It doesn't
Anyway.
doesn't matter.
This segment's over, right?
Wow.
We're done.
What a smooth transition out
This
of
is
there.
the issue with having someone with ADHD on the podcast. It's just tangent after tangent.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it makes
Tangents are
it,
what we're built off tangents.
yeah, it makes it a little bit easier because then it's like I don't have to talk about an album for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that.
God,
Yeah.
fuck, that'd be frustrating.
That'd be
wouldn't it?
fucked. Yeah.
That'd be
anyway,
fucked.
right,
Anyway, shout out to our older guests who we talked to about albums for 20
for
minutes.
20 minutes. Good job.
Good job. Number between 1 and 15.
That isn't 11.
Oh,
Seven.
are we going to pick a different one?
Or six.
A different one.
14.
Oh, sick. Welcome back.
Oh, that took it. That was. I thought
No
you were
one
going
saw
to
it coming,
I thought
did
you were going to do
they?
the bada.
So
Whoa, different songs.
I thought, isn't that from
No,
Hannah Montana?
is Big Time
Oh,
Rush.
Yeah.
shit, it is too.
Yeah.
How does the beginning of...
Hannah Montana starts with.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been as good. Don't worry. You that's the riff I'm
Yeah.
looking for. That's what I needed.
You get the limo out front.
Oh.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. This is segment 3. We're moving on to the game portion of the podcast. Yay!
Let's play the song before we even explain.
Oh,
the game.
yeah. Okay, so this is the song.
Doomsday Adoption, you know what it is. It's the end of the world, dropping off your kids. Single mother of 5, only one will live. So who will it be? Yeah, you get the gist.
Finding good quality explosion noises was really hard, so we resorted to Minecraft.
Yeah, there's a Minecraft
I'm more
explosions.
concerned about the children crying.
Don't worry about that. We're fine.
Don't worry about that.
The adoption agency.
And don't worry about the children that we will be ranking.
Okay. That's good.
So the whole concept of this game is that you're a single mother of 5 children who are 5 of your favorite bands. The apocalypse is here. I mean, something bad is happening. I mean, what kind of apocalypse would you like it to be?
Oh, I've been watching lots of The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah,
so
nice.
like mushrooms.
So like a mushroom zombie.
apocalypse.
Mushroom
Sure.
apocalypse, yeah.
Cool. So mushroom zombie apocalypse has arrived, and basically we're getting on like the last shuttle out of we're going to the safe haven.
Yeah, we're going to the green zone.
But look, for some reason, you can only take one of your kids.
Oh,
I know it's pretty grim.
We've got a
But
one-child
luckily,
policy.
thank God, there's an adoption agency just right here that you can just
They say,
give your kids away.
look,
to.
you can only bring one, but we have this adoption agency right here. Just drop your kids off here.
Yeah, and nothing bad is going to happen after that. Like,
They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But you only get to choose one to take with you.
yeah, right.
So you're going to be handing them off to the adoption agency.
Somehow I don't believe that adoption
One by
agency's
one.
that safe, man. I reckon it's run by like Princess Peach kind of vibes, and all her little mushrooms are going to get out.
nah, it's chill. It's
Fine. It's fine. Although my
okay.
headcanon is now that Princess Peach is in charge of the adoption agency,
Yeah.
and there's little toads running around everywhere. Which, by the way, not mushrooms. They wear mushroom hats.
Oh.
Unless that's what they want to make you think.
No,
bro.
Toad has taken the hat off.
Oh,
and he just
really?
has like a little bit of Homer Simpson hair.
Except now that the zombie apocalypse is here, you can't get it off.
Oh.
It's like
That's
the
dark.
ants. It's like the full ant thing.
Yeah, sure.
How terrifying is that's like a thing that like actually exists?
Like the like parasites that can like fucking take over your brain and shit, or
yeah. Like climate change. I mean, the temperature could rise enough that they can adapt to it. It's like a weirdly realistic.
This is so weird that you bring this up.
Yeah.
I literally had the thought like 2 days ago. I was like, there's no way for us to know that ants just aren't plotting like our demise. There is no way to know. There are so many more of them under the ground that we just don't know about, that if they wanted to take over, they could fucking do it so easily.
I don't know if they could.
They could. It feels like a shock. It feels like a shock and awe thing.
Yeah.
I reckon
Over in a day.
I reckon I could defeat all the ants myself.
No, you fucking couldn't, dude.
This is like
That's
Easy.
dumb. That's a dumb thing to say.
Easy.
there was
mate.
a stage in my life where I was watching this YouTube channel. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like he just owned a lot of fucking ants. And
That's
then
the
would
dream.
like do like videos where it's like this very dramatic like TV show about the different like ants. The one that I remember is the Fire Nation, which was this collection of fire ants.
That's sick.
And like he would fuck with the environment, like throwing a cockroach, or like one day it would flood, or like one day the ants all threw out the bodies of all the other dead ants into the water and like fucked
what?
the climate.
I need to find this.
I'll send it to you. Me and my ex were like obsessed with it the entire, like I found it and then that was all we ever talked about for the year that we were together.
Because whenever I'm watching like Planet Earth or something like that, and there's
Yeah.
like a part that they do like 15 minutes about like a bug.
yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. I need more bug. I need more bug.
You'll be fucking obsessed with
Doomsday
this.
Adoption.
Doomsday
Yes,
Adoption.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Yeah.
sorry,
So
sorry.
right, so we've explained the game kind of.
Yes.
I think we have.
Yeah,
we got through it.
yeah.
Yeah, 5 artists, you got to rank them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What are the illusions, mate?
I don't, yeah, to
Trying to get a bit of a bit of a world building thing. Like we're trying to build up the world here, man.
I'm
Come
killing
on.
4 of my children and one of them I'm taking with me.
whoa, you're not killing them. You're just
And,
handing them over to the adoption agency run by
Correct.
Princess
And
Peach.
Diego and I are your grandparents,
and her merry mushroom men.
Yes.
and we are merely suggesting what we think you should do as.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we are your
parents.
parents.
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't have a
That's a lot to
say.
take in. I know. The
that
apocalypse.
explains, quite frankly, that explains a lot, and you owe me a lot in therapy bills.
Yeah, basically, we're gonna make our suggestions, but ultimately, whatever you pick is what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we crack into it?
Yeah.
Let's crack into it. I've already played the song, so you're looking at my laptop for some reason. But
I'm just interested. Looks like, it just looks good.
So who would like to? I think usually the guest goes last.
Yeah,
and so we know what the final decision is. So we're more like pitching to you, like maybe you should consider.
I mean,
this,
I bet
consider
Bree
that.
already knows what both of our number 5s are in this situation, right? Oh, we haven't even said who the artists are yet.
Yeah.
Can I get up this?
I actually haven't fully decided my rank 5, so you're fully pitching this
Cool.
to me. If you're
Okay, sure.
convincing me.
Well, let me hand this to you on a silver platter.
Okay.
Well, hold on. We're going to say what the 5 artists are first.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sure.
So the 5 artists that we're picking from are the 1975, Death Cab for Cutie, Hosier, don't roast me if I pronounce that wrong, My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco. Those are the 5.
Those are the 5.
So why did you pick 1975 as your number
I
5?
don't like their music. I don't like their music. I don't like I don't like them.
I think
don't
my
really like
reasoning's not as I don't not like them, but I'm just not into them.
I don't like them.
He doesn't
But
like
you're
them.
so good at playing them. Diego. For context, Diego had to play for like 2 shows in my band, and I specifically made sure we did a sex cover because I was upset he didn't like 1975.
I don't like them.
They're good though.
I don't think they are.
Why don't you like them?
I think it's like that. I see what they're going for. I just don't think it's very. I just don't think it's very good. I think it's a bit self-indulgent.
I can get
obviously art is often a reflection of oneself. But like when you're holding the mirror up specifically to your nuts, then it's not really good. You know what I mean? Like
I do, yeah. I mean, Matt Healy kind of annoys me as well.
Yeah, right.
that also.
Everything about him is just like, ugh.
I don't like him.
Fair.
But I also don't like his music.
What's your number 5? This is just merely a suggestion
Yeah.
from your grandparents.
Yeah, we're just like,
Pretty
hey, this kid piece of shit, chuck him out.
I'll tell you what,
I don't
it's
think there's been like a situation where we've straight up just been like, that kid fucking sucks. We're playing this game, but that kid fucking sucks. But you know.
See, I put them down specifically because I wanted to piss you off, so it's fine.
That's fine.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
fine.
They're definitely not my number 5.
There you go.
My number 5 would be Panic at the Disco.
Damn.
Because as much as they were like my favorite band for a really long time, Brandon Urie dropped the fucking ball on that last album.
Yeah,
And
look, they've had some shockers.
they just had one shocker. I actually liked the album before that. I tried to like this one too. I gave it a fucking listen.
Yeah.
It's just objectively bad.
It's hard when like somebody you really, really love is just drops an album that you're like,
Like, I was rooting for you, man. Like, and I don't even subscribe to the theory of that, like, Ryan Ross was the only reason why they were good. I think, like, when Dallin Weeks joined the band, he carried it.
I think Brendan Urie is a great artist, you know? I think he's really good at what he does.
I think he has insane vocals.
Of course.
Not anymore. But
he can do a
he
backflip.
did. He can do a
can do
backflip.
When I saw him live like years ago, he did a backflip. It was fucking insane.
Yeah. I think people need to remember that, like, everyone was impressed that he could pull off. He was like the first person to cover Bohemian Rhapsody and it not be shit.
True.
Unfortunately, he that went straight to his head, and then he did a Queen ripoff album.
Yeah.
After he'd fucked his voice, which is probably the most effective PSA for. Don't smoke weed constantly, kids. Or just don't smoke that much. Take gummies. Take gummies.
Don't smoke heaps of cones if you want to be a singer.
Yeah, or just it's not even just it's just the smoking aspect. Take edibles.
In general, smoking in general.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Just
Not
learn
good
how
for your
to
salty throat.
learn how to make brownies. That's all.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that like that.
Not good for your throaty throat. Just saying.
Yeah, but holy shit. So that's
Is that what it was? I didn't know that's what it was. That
it's between that and also he started. This is just a theory, but he started
A film theory.
I got that.
Yes. I always use that. No one gets it.
He after the Bohemian Rhapsody thing, right? When he started doing these insane high notes, or right after he got off Kinky Boots on Broadway.
Yeah.
So
he did that.
Yeah, he got this massive ego about the fact that he could sing those high notes, which fair, it was fucking impressive.
He got the theatre kid brain.
Yeah, but you watch even people who do that in Broadway, or people that have fucking Hayley Williams when singing All I Want.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it that often because you shouldn't be singing that high live. It's just not sustainable and it'll fuck your voice.
It's on a tour.
On a tour.
Don't.
And he just doesn't from all his vlogs and stuff like that, it didn't look like he took care of his voice at all. He was drinking and doing all that stuff and then not helping.
Sure.
like just while you're on tour, I think you just got to be a bit more careful.
So he's a
Like,
great
fuck.
vocalist, but also dumb.
Yeah, I would say
It's interesting what you said about the Bohemian Rhapsody thing, because I remember that coming out. It wasn't a Suicide Squad soundtrack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a cover before that, though. He was doing it live for a while before it became the
I was going to
Suicide
say,
Squad thing.
I remember it coming out and just thinking nothing of it. I just thought it was really boring. I thought it was like...
I thought it was a Bohemian
it was-
Rhapsody cover.
It was Brendan Urie karaoke, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I didn't love it that much. But like, you know, he's a great singer. Like, there's
Yeah.
all props to that, you know?
Yeah.
But I think there's more to being just a great singer, you know? You got to be able to be an artist as well.
And that brings
Yeah.
us to number 4.
Number 4.
Joss?
hold on.
So I think my number 4 is going to be Panic at the Disco. Yeah, I think it's different on my phone, but the more we spoke about it, the more I'm like,
Yeah.
nah. I think I've never loved them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I see the appeal, and obviously, like I said, great singer, you know, great performers, great artist. I'm gonna say Brendan Urie is a great artist, not Panic at the Disco, because Panic at the Disco has not existed.
It's just one guy.
Like,
Do you know
For a
Panic Disco is just
while.
one
just
guy?
one guy. Who would have thought
one
it?
guy.
Yeah. Anyway, like, and I think that's part of the reason why I think they're kind of lower on the list, because like I stopped caring about them once it was kind of just like Brendan Urie's like project.
Yeah.
You know, and I assume in a way it was kind of always that, but I like the illusion. Okay, I like thinking that there's a whole band behind it.
Well,
even though
I
there's
mean,
not.
there was for the first, like, obviously when it started with the 4 and then
Yeah.
after Pretty Odd it split.
Yeah.
But like Spencer was still in the band and apparently he had some contribution, and Vices and Virtues had a lot of Ryan Ross's old songs on it.
I see.
So he still had a semblance.
There you
And
go.
then after Vices, Dallin jumped in, and you can hear when like, if you compare Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die to I Don't Know How, But You Found Me stuff, like you can tell that Dallin had a big influence in that album, because it's that same like kind of
It
techno-y.
like bleeds over into it.
It does, yeah. And then after that, like really Brendan was like, I want to be a musical theatre human, which I back.
Yeah.
Like I fuck with that.
No
but
hate.
that's when that was very clearly just him,
Yeah.
I'd say. Like, yeah.
No hate.
Give me Hosier in my 4th spot.
Okay.
Oh,
Sucks a little bit. I think everybody above the 1975 I generally enjoy.
Is Hosier Australian?
no. He's Irish, I think.
I just simply have not spent enough time with Hosier.
Totally.
You just haven't brought him over, you know, to visit.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's whatever. But like, you know, it works out now. So just chuck him in the adoption.
Yeah, we got
agency and
we
be
got
done
to
with it.
take some of the other artists out in the caravan, but none of.
I do. I like a good take me to church. It's like,
Yeah, Lava could take me to church.
Take
you
me to
know?
church,
Put him on the
Hosier,
map.
you know, like-
put him on the map for sure. I mean,
do it.
Cherry Wine as well, but you know, like, yeah. But take me to church. Put him on the map.
Yeah.
Both great
Yeah.
songs.
I don't have much to say, but he's a really good vocalist.
There's a running theme in these.
Yeah, true that. I didn't think about that. Yeah, no, I hate it. It's just, I mean, if that wasn't
Joss is
obvious.
committing hate crimes today.
So
Oh, dear.
your number 4, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck is right.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck, it might have to be Hosier.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Damn.
Shit.
But like I picked 5 of my favorite artists.
I mean,
so, like, I
it's
love
it's
them
supposed
all.
to be a lot harder for you.
It was
Yeah.
never going to be easy.
Hosier, the only reason why he gets 4th is just because he's one of the youngest, but he's like he is the youngest in terms of like my loving him
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of thing.
I gotcha.
Weirdly, because we were talking about Brendan Urie, he stuck Take Me to Church into a playlist, like a playlist that he had on Spotify before it blew up.
Oh.
So like I feel like a hipster towards Hosier. But that man writes about sex in a way that no one else does.
Gotcha.
Right? Like Maddie's nodding. She gets it. Like it's insane how he fucks with lyrics. Like it's just so visual and so disgustingly dirty sometimes, but in like a hot way.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Not in like a confronting way.
like at one point he's like has a full chorus talking about leaving like a pearl necklace, but somehow makes it pretty. Like, or like my favorite one is like Angel of Small Death. It's one of the songs, and Small Death is obviously like the French translation for orgasm, right? Like just things like that where it's just like subtle.
Poetic.
It's just,
Poetic.
Yeah, Hosier, he doesn't fuck, he makes love.
Exactly. And he was like, he's also the only artist that I have seen at the Opera House who made sense being at the Opera House.
Yeah.
I've seen him, Death Cab, and the Wombats, and the Death Cab got angry that people weren't sitting up and like standing up and dancing, which I'm like, this is your fault.
I will follow you into the dark. Like, what?
I know. And then also the Wombats, it's like everyone stood up, but it's like, why? Why are we here?
I see he's standing, but why?
All right, I'm going to have to interrupt. It's that time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
It's lightning round time. Diego, get your buzzer up for a minute. For those who don't know what the lightning round is, Bree essentially has a minute to answer as many of these ridiculous questions that we have. They're very mega ridiculous. Bree's been practicing, she said. So we're very excited for this. She's been talking a big game.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to fuck this up real fucking hard.
get the music cranking.
The score to beat is
21, 20?
20, I'm pretty sure.
20. Set by King Blue.
Still from the first episode
There you
of
go.
the
This is
year.
the strangest sound I've ever heard in my life. What is that?
Oh, this is a lightning round song.
Do you want to listen to it for a sec?
Yeah.
This part's good where it goes. Anyway, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. My
Alright.
phone might die during the countdown, but I'll count in my head if it happens.
All right,
Okay.
starting in 3, 2, 1. Bree, what element would you bend if given the option?
Water.
How long has your most recent clap been going for?
2.
What is your opinion on alternate reality theories?
Love it.
If you could instantly master any instrument, what would it be?
Violin.
Scenario, I'm blind and I want you to explain the color red to me.
It's hot.
What's the furthest distance you've ever traveled?
2 kilometers.
Decimals or fractions?
Decimals.
What is your favorite Kanye West album?
The butterfly one.
I'm going servo. Do you want anything?
Sure.
What is your favorite dark liquid and why?
Coke.
What night do you put the bins out?
Wednesdays.
What's your go-to in scissors, paper, rock, and why is it scissors?
It's rock because rock is better.
What is your favorite media to purchase music through? Like tape, CD?
Vinyl.
Vinyl.
Apple or Windows?
Windows.
How are you?
What is the scariest thing?
You.
Would it really be rude not to?
You can do what you want.
Favorite trap artist?
You.
Sauce in the fridge or cupboard?
Fridge.
What's the Roman numeral for 1 million?
X.
Kick-ons or post-drinks?
Kick on.
Drake or Josh?
Drake.
Who performs the Big Bang Theory theme song?
That one guy.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
That one guy is you did good. You got a total of 23 questions, which is pretty damn good.
I can live with that.
I'm pretty
I can
sure
live with
that's like
23.
the second highest ever.
Very possibly.
Good.
Very
Okay.
possibly.
Pretty sure
the second
Aisha
highest
still has
ever.
like 26 or
some
something
ridiculous
stupid,
number,
which I
yeah.
don't even know how it's possible because I feel like that was a flawless
I
run.
literally can't see how you could have done that faster. Aisha did it.
There was a few ones I've just started defaulting to
Yeah.
Diego. I was
You're
like,
like, this guy.
This one.
This guy.
Favorite
goes-
trap artist and the scariest thing.
yes.
Yeah, it's
The scariest thing was intentional. I just don't know any trap artists.
yeah.
like,
No, fair enough.
Somebody said Skrillex.
is he trap?
Skrillex is like, look,
Do we have time to get into this?
quickly.
Okay. Quickly.
There's two different versions of trap.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an EDM trap,
Yep.
and then there's like trap, which is like cloud rap, which we all know and love from like Playboi Carti and whatnot. I'd say now Skrillex makes sort of EDM trap music,
Right.
but he used to just make dubstep.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I think his new stuff sounds more like trap EDM mixed with dubstep.
I don't think I've heard any of his new stuff.
His
so.
new-
Neither.
he had 2 albums that came out recently. Apparently, one of them's completely dog shit, which I have not listened to yet.
was the second
apparently,
one?
Apparently, the other one. Well, I mean, the other one I can vouch for is really good.
Oh
you go.
fuck yeah! I've got respect for him because he's like got a like metal background, so like I kind
He's
of fuck with
hardcore.
him, but
Yeah.
like yeah.
All right, number
Yes.
3,
Number 3 already. Josh, do you want to take us off?
Panic at the Disco.
Nice. There you go.
Simply because I like the other 2 bands ahead of them more. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You know, I just want to like quickly. We've been giving Brandon a lot of hate.
Well, yeah.
Fever You Can't Sweat Out, fantastic. album.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pretty odd, pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look, the other ones I don't really care for many of the other ones.
Well, Ryan wrote both of those albums, so
There you go. So, Brendan, fuck you.
Continue shitting on Brendan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you suck. Shout out Ryan. I don't know who that is, but shout out
Ryan Ross, he's the other guitarist. But yeah, brilliant. Those 2 albums are like flawless. I absolutely back it.
But yeah, that's all I'm
Panic.
gonna say.
There you go. Okay, so my number 3, I probably go Death Cab, I guess. Just because honestly, just because I'm less familiar with Death Cab than I am with my next.
Yeah, you're a loser. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm a loser. is what Josh said. Oh yeah, no, I will go with Death Cab.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what? I'm not a loser.
No, I'll go with Death Cab. Definitely one I'm less familiar with Death Cab than I am with like both Panic and 1975. But I like them more. Yeah, I think I like the whole vibe more. I don't love the opera house thing. That's put me off.
That's so funny, man.
But
It's like, I mean, like, they don't have many songs you can dance to.
well,
I think there was like people were standing. Like when it's live, it had a dance energy, but like because it was the opera house, everyone was sitting down because like it's not as obvious. There's not room to dance,
No,
man. There just isn't like if they picked a venue where everyone was supposed to be standing, it would be easier to get people to dance.
Fair
Like
play. I also remember Plugfest, 2 Fest. Marcus Hoon did a Death Cab cover.
oh,
Yes.
that was
And
so good.
that just made the respect just go up. Yeah. Marcus Hoon, support?
Yes.
Diego support. He's wise.
Your number 3, Bree?
Oh.
I think it's gonna have to be 1975. You'll love why too, because there is like with most of, if not all of, like the sum of its parts, I really like 1975. I really like, again, the way that he plays with his lyrics is really fun. I like that he's a dickhead. I think it's really funny.
Sure.
And he's hot, so yay. But also, like,
Always a
he's
W.
so honest. Like,
Sure.
he's so just like, yes, I had a heroin addiction for a bit. This is me talking about it. Or I feel bad because I kind of cheated on my girlfriend a few times. This is me calling myself out on it.
Interesting.
Like, he's just very, like, he's aware of himself.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that level of self-awareness because it also puts, like, a reflection on the music industry of like, yeah, there are cunts that don't realize that they suck.
Yes.
Like,
True.
which, and also they're like fun poppy songs are really fun and poppy. Like they do it really well. The reason why it's lower than the other two though is because on pretty much every album, there are songs that I would skip.
There you go.
Not a
Huge
lot
call.
sometimes.
Well, on every
varying on album,
Yeah.
right? But it is sort of every album. Like I would prefer to play a 1975 playlist of all the songs I really like
Gotcha.
than like commit to an album. Like the first two I could probably listen to, but like it's not,
That might explain why I've never finished a 1975 album.
Yeah.
That might have something to do with
They're
it.
not like an album
Sure.
band. I think
Song band.
they would like to be, but there are certain albums like the Notes on an Unconditional Format with the yellow one.
Yep.
I'm a visual
I
human
did
too.
not get very far into
I think that's
that
the only one I
at
tried to
all.
listen
That
to.
one, most people don't like. I actually enjoyed, but that album is such a clear understanding of that they don't give a fuck about consistency in
Sure.
an album
Yeah.
because the first song is a punk song,
Yeah.
right? A fucking good punk song,
Great, yeah.
but they never released anything else that sounded like that ever again, which is such a bummer. But I think if I like made you a playlist of the good 1975 songs, I think that you wouldn't mind 1975. I don't think you'd love them.
I don't mind sex. I don't mind.
and that's
mine.
That's enough for me.
And that's on exposure therapy.
Yes,
everyone.
that's exactly what that is. I was.
Isn't the first song on
You
all their
hooked up a
albums-
car battery to my nipples and just said, like it!
Isn't the first song on all their albums called the 1975?
Yes, which it is.
That's so cringe. No offense to 1975.
Respect lost.
Legit. Like,
lost.
now they got like 7 songs called the 1975.
It's
Yeah, but they're
funny,
all like-
but
yeah.
It's not funny, but like it's like it feels like they're trying to be funny, but I just don't get it.
yeah.
Like I'm like, what's the joke? You named the song after you, like, congratulations.
The funny thing to me is
Yeah.
that now they have like 7 songs that are called the 1975.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
I think that's sort of the appeal now. I think the first one they did because they were like, let's intro it, and then they're like, fuck it, let's just keep doing this.
After one, that's enough.
Yeah.
All right, should we do number 2s?
Number
Yes.
twos. Let's
So
all do
what-
number twos.
Well, should we decide what our number 1 is because we're going to give away
Oh,
our
yeah,
number 2.
we can give away a number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me first?
Yeah.
So my choice is what between Death Cab and
My Chem.
My Chem. I ended up going with Death Cab over My Chem. I do like My Chemical Romance. Like I said, not the biggest fan. Like I'm not like the hardcore diehard fan, but like, you know,
It's hard to compare yourself
if
to My
MCR
Chem
comes
bands.
on it like at any given moment, I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like I do love their music. Like, you know, it's just I've just never been like the diehard fan.
Yeah.
Whereas like Death Cab, I've like actively listened to. Like, I love Ben Gibbard's fucking other projects. Like, if it was Postal Service,
Postal services.
like there wouldn't even be a debate here. I'd
Fair.
be like, take him to the afterlife because he's awesome.
We always call it the afterlife, but it's actually the
the life.
the life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where everyone's going, right? Because no one's dying.
No one's dying. That doesn't happen. Well,
But I love Death Cab. I mean, like I was just making the joke before, but like, you know, I Will Follow You Into the Dark. Such a fucking tune. I mean, that's a pretty obvious one, but you know. And then like I said, Postal Service rocks. I mean, all their albums rock. Like what's it called?
Transatlanticism.
That one. And then they got another really good album that I've listened
Plans. The one with the red trees.
I think it's the one with the like really weird looking
Kinzuki or whatever it's called. The brown one.
No, it's got like different colors on the front cover. It's called Narrow Stairs.
Oh, Narrow Stairs is good.
This one I really like as well. I think that's the only two albums. Oh, I listened to Plans as well.
Yeah, right.
Like those 3 albums.
I really
they're
need to
all
listen to them more.
I think you should listen to fucking
Transatlanticism is the album you got to start with.
This one's just it's just good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like I think it's the one that blew them up.
Yeah,
isn't it?
for sure.
Yeah.
It has to be. I think it's their best, but like
Kinzuki's really good.
I should listen to more.
Yeah, that's the one with like Age. I like started listening to more, and I'm like, I really fuck with this album. Like, yeah,
It's just good.
Yeah.
And that's my. Just on to you, buddy.
yeah.
So my 2 came to Hoseo and My Chemical Romance, which
Yeah.
is like the 2 like the 2 artists on Tumblr that you see.
Yeah.
It's like the 2 opposite sides of the same really gay spectrum.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think no, sorry, let me correct myself. Not I think. I know My Chemical Romance is my number 1.
Yeah.
I fucking love this band so much. I don't know how many people are familiar that I fucking adore My Chemical Romance so much, and I could sing any song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I grew up with My Chem. You know, I listened. The Black Parade is like the first album I ever learned to like play on drums as well.
Nice.
Cute.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So and you know, as with any like closeted bisexual kid, Gerard Way, I'm like, wow. You know what I mean?
Can I
Like,
chuck a hot take into the ring?
whoa, go on.
What's 3 Cheers of Sweet Revenge? Is
Yeah.
better than Black Parade.
Not that hot a take. I don't reckon.
Do you reckon?
I am so close to agreeing with you.
I think don't people like fucking
People jerk off the Black
jerk their
Parade.
dick over Black Parade
Yeah,
like so
yeah,
much.
100%.
And
But
like, not saying it's like a bad album or anything, but I just think like 3 Cheers of Sweet Revenge is like so much more raw and
Yeah.
like powerful.
yeah,
You know?
it's- yeah, I think the Black Parade. I think the big thing that people really love it is like the concept first of all. They were sort of like the first band I sort of understood the concept of an album to, you know what I mean? And like all the imagery, it was coming out at like the fucking prime of YouTube as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
and music videos and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Let me throw another thing in the ring.
Yeah.
It's just a comparison, but like to me, like 3 Cheers is like Green Day's Insomniac
Yeah.
versus like the Black Parade, which is like Green Day's American Idiot.
An idiot. Yeah.
You know, you don't like the
I
comparison.
can't believe you just compared the Black Parade to American Idiot.
I think
Yeah,
Black
that
Parade's
hurts a
better than
little.
American Idiot.
That's better.
Good. Yeah. And I don't hate American Idiot.
I'm not-
I enjoy American Idiot, but like Jesus Christ, like Black Parade's like art. That's
Here's my next hot take. American Idiot, mid.
you got to be in the right mood for it.
I think like it's
It's got great songs.
50% of it skip.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
And the whole 2 songs on 1 track.
Get fucked.
Go
Oh,
fuck
that's
yourself.
so annoying.
Get fucked.
That's
Absolutely get
fucking.
fucked, yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so
I just want to listen to St. Jimmy. I don't want to listen to We Are the Waiting. No, I don't give a shit about that song.
yeah, I do just want to listen to St. Jimmy.
Anyway,
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance,
Yeah.
hard.
you're 2 and 1, which is between our 2 choices, my
Yeah.
bad. So one of us is gonna be like really happy, and everyone's gonna be
Well, like there's no argument here, right? Like I love Death Cab, but MCR's tattooed on my body, right? Like,
all right, whatever.
and don't get me wrong, like Death Cab is maybe like I probably listen to Death Cab more now,
Gotcha.
objectively, but like MCR had such an effect on me
Yeah.
from now to when I was a very young human. And like I would say, so there's a difference between their best album and my favorite album. Objectively, Black Parade is their best album. Like they did the most stuff on it.
There you go.
It's like very artful. It's
Very.
like
Yeah, true.
musically, like skillfully, probably the best album. Like
True.
yeah. However, it's not my favorite album.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, of course.
What's your favorite album?
Danger Days.
Wow.
Respect the fuck out.
That is really cool.
Now,
respect that.
Danger Days is apparently a hot take that I wasn't aware of because people were like really mad at them switching up from being like a mega fucking emo band to suddenly like a lot of color.
Which I don't get, but yeah.
I don't either.
What do people expect bands to just make the same music forever?
Yeah, but also apparently they didn't fully enjoy Danger Days, which I don't necessarily believe because Gerard Way's still writing comics about it.
Yeah,
So
like I think the reception of it probably, it's hard to
dampen it.
Yeah, it's hard to
it's
say.
like Fall Out Boy with Folly Dude.
Sure.
It's such a brilliant album, but they don't like it because everyone hated it, which is such a shame. But like Danger Days opened up, like I already liked My Chem, specifically their tour, like Life on the Motor Scene tour movie was what made me want to be a musician.
Oh my God,
like I have diary entries of how like, I want to tour and eat salsa and Doritos and not get dressed.
I remember watching that video in the dark in my room by myself and like and just like on my shitty little Alienware computer like and just being like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it sold a few people being like, I'd like to do that.
I would love to wear the same clothes for 2 weeks and go on tour, you know what I mean?
They really sold the disgusting stuff of a tour.
They really did.
Like as this romanticized it. They romanticized the gross shit, which is great for like us level musicians where it's like, we're not going to see the clean stuff in a while.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
But no, when Danger Days came out, because I'm a massive comic nerd, like Spider-Man was my baby from a very like young age, and I fucked with Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy is actually how I learned that the band existed, which apparently is a very odd way to find that out. Yeah.
Damn.
That is a really weird
Well, yeah,
one.
because
Yeah.
he was drawing for Cartoon Network.
Yes. Yeah. And then, 9/11, classic.
And then 9/11, and he's like,
9/11.
I should make some punk music. The world's fucked.
But yeah, no, I loved Umbrella Academy. And then, Danger Days came out and he was like, this is a full fucking like superhero, practically like comic thing. I'm going to come out with a graphic novel with it too. And they came out with another one since then, which is
sick.
fucking brilliant.
That is so sick.
And it's just like that level of conceptualism and art, like treating that album like an art project rather than an album. I really loved
It's definitely one that like I enjoyed more with age, and because I just like appreciated it more, and because like I was like a fucking little emo kid and didn't have any friends. I was like, pop music, yuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You're still anyway.
But like, it's just
but
like
I like pop music now, Joss. Okay.
but it's like, it's a good rock album
I
too.
love it.
Like Vampire Money
I
while
really-
speeding down a fucking highway.
I don't speed.
I can't drive to some of the songs on the album.
Yeah.
I literally can't drive to some of them because I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Like Walter Breaking Bad.
yes.
I also desperately want to get, like, I'm going for my license soon, finally. And
Finally.
the car that I want a Trans Am so fucking badly because of that music video. Like, I want to spray it up too. I want to fuck with it. Oh, I want a Trans Am so bad, man.
So,
We have to end this podcast.
At some
so
point.
look, My Chemical Romance goes off with
They're
you.
going off into the horizon.
Into the sunset with
Yeah.
you. You're live a beautiful life in the green zone. Safe from
all the other
adoption
kids.
The adoption agency's looking fine, you know.
Yeah.
You're saying, you're waving
Oh
like-
shit!
What's that? So, was that
Mushroom zombies?
What is that?
Oh shit! I think we should turn away.
Oh
right?
shit. Just don't look. Just
Let's
don't
just turn
look.
a blind eye. And
don't
off
look.
to the sunset we go.
Just don't look.
Horrible noises. That's Matt Healy.
Oh, no.
Oh no, Matt Healy's dead. Anyway, keep going.
Drive. But yeah. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh,
Thanks,
it's been a pleasure.
Get your
It's so
speaker out of your
nice.
bag.
Pad.
So the way we like to end the podcast
Oh, okay.
is basically we get the guests to give us a wise word of wisdom. So that can be anything from like, don't smell your own farts, or if you get called by a panther, don't answer.
Okay.
I can't even remember. Those are literally the only ones I can ever remember.
If it sounds good, it is good.
That's a good one. I don't remember who said that, but that was good.
Will.
Fair.
Well, there you go. So just something like that. I mean, it could literally be anything. Think of that while I'm padding, and then we just dance at the
And
end.
then from there, I'll start playing a song, and then we're gonna dance.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
As the credits roll.
pretty simple. So I'm gonna keep talking, but just let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm good.
All right, sweet.
I've got a callback prepared.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
After you.
Okay.
Oh wait. Where can we find Heterochromia on social media?
Oh shit. Heterochromia AU pretty much everywhere. Like in Instagram, I don't use Facebook, just Instagram really.
Instagram it.
And then Heterochromia AU on TikTok and Heterochromia on Spotify. Yeah.
Spotify it. Your wise word of wisdom.
Laugh at your trauma.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you to everybody for joining us for the latest episode of the Plug Podcast featuring Heterochromia / Mind the Weather Vane. Bree came on and talked all about her latest single. It's called Kicking. You should go listen to it. And we also talked about Rainbow Kitten Surprise's album, which was quite the surprise to me. Shout out to ProPodcast Productions for this lovely space that we like to record in. You can go follow them on Instagram at ProPodcast Production. You can follow us on Instagram at itstheplug._ or on TikTok at plugtalk with a 0 and an _, or you can like us on Facebook and join the Facebook group and subscribe to us on YouTube. And God, there's so many places. Patreon, if you want to support us, if you want to get an extra mile to support us, $3 a month goes a long way for us. And we're looking forward to the next episode in 2 weeks' time with the lovely Griffin Ford of the band The Whole Wide World. So you can't miss that one. Go listen to it when it's out. Bye.